I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the DB Podcast. We are your hosts, Emilio Salamander, and Peter Mark.
Cause I'm a fucking mark for this shit.
Now, today, we're gonna turn the tables. Today, yours truly, Salamander, we will be doing the hosting for today's episode. Alright, we got hella shit to talk about, so let's go right into it. Raw had opened up in the opening segment with the Almighty Bobby Lashley cutting a promo about the upcoming chamber match for the WWE Championship. As expected, everyone who's involved in the match came out. Brock Lesnar came out. He came out. Everybody exited the ring except for Austin Theory. Then jumped off Brock Lesnar back. Brock Lesnar being Brock Lesnar, he sent him flying. German suplex to finish him off with an F5. This segment was kind of, it did what it needed. That's what I believe. Moving on, we got the $30 versus the Street Profits. Street Profits will finish off and it will actually come up with the win. We got Damian Priest versus AJ Styles for the United States title.
God fucking awful.
Yeah, this it seemed promising when they first promoted, but it didn't. It was too short. It could have been on longer. It just didn't do enough. It basically entertainment match. I just expected more of this. I really expected Damian Priest to get the rub off a little bit more, because this will actually be like his first real competition. But you know, we already know who won.
I started with nothing and came out a king.
Following that, we got Omos versus Cedric Alexander. Well, Cedric Alexander. You already know who won that. They ain't won since like 2 years.
It's gonna stay that way too, because Vince doesn't see anything in her business. And you know the sad part, the sad part for real is, for me, I would love to have I would love to have Cedric Alexander in AEW, but because of how Tony Khan disrespected his wife, we'll never be blessed with seeing how great Cedric Alexander is.
Who's his wife?
Big Swole.
Big Swole. Cedric Alexander married. I did not know that.
Yeah, they got a whole daughter.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That's why she's so big on representation, because her daughter, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe. Yeah, because her daughter was asking her, why don't I see people like me in the main event of the AEW? And it brings up a valid point all the time. But like I've also stated on this podcast and on many others, I'm not going to push an African American talent into the main event scene just because he's African American. I'm not going to do it. You have to earn that spot.
You got to show it, otherwise making the WWE title jump from waist to waist to waist.
Right.
Putting it on the wrong people for the wrong reason.
Right.
Following that, we got, and by far, I believe this is the match of the show, the Gauntlet match for the final spot in the Women's Elimination Championship. It started off with Rhea Ripley and Ash. Rhea Ripley, she ran through the competition. Even the matchup between Rhea Ripley and Doudrop, I would love to see that. I would love to see a future feud between the two of them because that was actually a good showing, especially when she hit the riptide on Blue Drop. That was impressive. And Rhea Ripley, she's starting to show promise on the main roster again. I don't see why they backtracked with her when she first got called up from NXT, but I mean I'm glad to see that she's on the right track now.
Salamander, as much as good as the match was, I think more people, especially on the Dewdrop one and Rhea Ripley, I think they were more focused on the pin. You know, the pervs of the wrestling community were focused on the pin.
Following that, we got Alpha Academy versus the Mysterios. Now they've been telling stories. Wow, with this one, Alpha Academy will actually pick up the pin as Gable he rolled Dominic over and for extra leverage he grabbed a hold of his tights. And then following, we got the main event. We got Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Did it live up to it? I think so. It's not a WrestleMania match, but this shit was good.
Yeah, I was gonna say excellent main event. Excellent main event. You know what, Salamander? I think I'm going to post a video where I, because everybody thinks I hate Randy Orton, where I talk about, let's just say maybe 5 Randy Orton's 10 greatest RKOs. What do you think about that? That's what I'm thinking.
That sounds good. I know that number comes to the RKO.
I was thinking more of the WrestleMania 21 RKO, the chokeslam RKO reversal, or even the Evan Bourne. Yeah. I mean that's going to be that Seth Rollins one. If it's not number 1, it won't be any lower than number 2. It's a top 2 RKO of his career.
All right, moving on to the next show, we got NXT 2.0. We got the Vengeance Day special.
Excellent TV special. Excellent. Every match was good.
I agree. First match started off with the rapidized steel cage match with Pete Dunne versus D'Angelo.
No, it's Tony D'Angelo.
Tony D'Angelo.
There you go. It's Tony D'Angelo.
Pete Dunne was able to get the pinfall victory to kick off the show. The next match was the Women's Tag Team Championship match with Toxic Attraction versus Indy Hartwell and I'm gonna fuck this up.
Persia Parada.
Thank you.
Excellent match. Gigi Dolan, JC Jane look fantastic.
Yes, and the toxic attraction can actually keep a hold of the women. Right.
Did you see their entrance? They look good with all the gold.
Hey, this is a group I would say I would want to see get called up, but then nah, because I'm like, seeing how Mandy Rose was treated on the main roster, I would rather much have her just run NXT to be her shit. Yeah, I'm the same way. Following this, we got Grayson Rowler versus LA Knight. Now, what you think about this?
I love Grayson Waller. I love LA Knight. Yeah, it's my guy. I love LA Knight. He's got Stone Cold qualities, and just like how Stone Cold got what over, he's gonna get over on the main roster. Yeah, I can't wait. When LA Knight gets called up, that will be one of the reasons I go to a main roster show. Just so I could be in the crowd doing, yeah. Every time he says, yeah. I love LA Knight. Love Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is going to be a star too. He's got 2 to 5, but from what I've seen now, when he hits that 2 to 5 year range, he's going to be a star.
Following that segment, we got Carmelo Hayes versus Cameron Grimes. This is a solid match between the two. I love how they were showing off the excellent storytelling. But Carmelo Hayes, he got the pinfall victory. Big push coming his way very soon. I can see it coming. I really
Abs-
see it coming.
Absolutely, Carmelo Hayes is money.
Following that, we got the Dusty Cup Finals, MSK versus Creed, bro. Now, what you think about this match? I want to know your opinion.
So the Dusty Cup Classic Finals was absolutely fantastic. Really put over MSK. I can't wait for MSK to get called up. But me and you talked a lot off. We talk a lot off camera, and I've told you multiple times. You got to watch out for the Creed brothers. They look the part. They feel the part. They are the part. The
This
Creed brother.
Yes,
huge victory. They're going to be stars on that main roster too, especially in a tag team division that needs tag teams. I can definitely see them going to Monday Night Raw and going at it with Alpha Academy. I would love to see them go to SmackDown. Maybe we can get the Creed brothers versus the Usos. That's a nice little dynamic there. More of the amateur wrestlers against the more of the seasoned veterans and the Usos, the Bloodline. I'm gonna love it when they hit the main roster.
Agreed. And now we got the main event. We got NXT title match. Santo Escobar versus Bron Breakker. Now, this match, I think it was good. It was good. Bron Breakker came up with the ring, changed the title. It's looking like we are going to get a one-on-one match. Bron Breakker.
So I don't know if you heard the news, Salamander, or if you got it and it was one of the news stories you got, but they're running a pay-per-view, an NXT pay-per-view on the same day as WrestleMania Night 1. It's going to be at 11 a.m. It's NXT Stand and Deliver. So we might get Bron Breakker versus Dolph Ziggler there. With WrestleMania being that weekend, can you see Bron Breakker losing to Dolph and then he gets called up the Monday after WrestleMania?
I could see that. I could also see him getting called up just for the reason that he wanted to bring the NXT title back to NXT. His whole appearance there. They have to capture the title back to NXT. Once we drop it again, but most likely we either Hayes or Santo Escobar. Once we drop the title to either one of those, then we'll get called back up.
All right. I like that a lot.
Coming up, we have AEW Dynamite. And surprisingly, AEW Dynamite didn't really do this well this week. And I was expecting for them to actually capitalize off of what happened previously.
I'm surprised. Dynamite fluctuates. I didn't expect a 200,000 to 300,000 viewership drop off, but it only looks that bad because it was like 1.1 million. If they had like a 135 and those 300,000 dropped off and they were still in the million, you'd be like, maybe the Keith Lee thing is what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
Or they wanted to see who the guy was that Tony Khan was bringing in. So I get it. I'm not going to sit here and defend it. There are times where AEW does a great show and the ratings don't give it credit.
AEW kicked off the show with a marvelous CM Punk promo where he called out MJF and he actually used his anywhere, anytime, any moment challenge against MJF. He had Revolution and a dog collar. And as me and KB was watching it, before he even said what it was, KB called it out, saying, "Dog collar." I will give you a props there.
Listen, I'm not saying that I know everything about AEW, but this is going to be their version. This is going to be their version of what's a match that we see all the time in WWE. It's not used
John
all
Cena
the.
and Randy Orton.
Well, I don't want to say that. I meant like a stipulation.
Oh, stipulation. Oh, I like how you use it like the Money in the Bank. I like that interpretation.
Well, not that. I'm just saying the match. Okay, perfect example. Remember how Hell in a Cell way back in the day?
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Like,
yeah.
This match is gonna be used to settle feud.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Blood. Yeah. This match will be used to settle blood feuds, dog collar matches. We think of the first one, that great dog collar match with Mr. Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes, and that was Brody Lee's last match. Oh look, that's funny. I'm actually wearing the shirt. I ain't even crossed my mind. But yeah, the last dog collar match had the late great Mr. Brody Lee in it. So I think the dog collar matches is going to be their version of what Hell in a Cell used to be to end blood feuds.
Okay. Following that amazing promo, we got a very underrated match, in my opinion, with Bryan Danielson versus Lee Moriarty. I say that right?
Bryan Danielson versus Lee Moriarty.
Moriarty, that's what it was. Moriarty. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
This match was actually good. It actually went long than I expected, but AEW matches, they actually go the distance with all of their matches. Lee Moriarty, he actually got a quite good offense in. He actually got more offense in than I was expecting him to. But at the end, Danielson, he picked up the win. This led into Jon Moxley coming out and basically answering his question from the previous week. He basically told him, don't say no, this is not a no, and this is not a yes. But you don't make deals with nobody you haven't played with. So I'm guessing really at Revolution, this is what we're going to get. AB says it's going to be a lights out match. I could see it going that way, so it don't affect either or record. But I could see them doing this, doing a lights out match, fighting to the end. But actually, Danielson was going to pick up the win and earn Jon Moxley's respect. He actually hear him out, and they're going to do this up and coming stable. And might I add, everybody on AEW, they don't have horrible things. I can't think of it. I want to know who's the head of their music program, because this is giving me vibes like mid 2000 WWE. Like everybody had an awesome ass thing back in like 2006, 2005. And everybody who came out had an awesome ass AEW right now. All of them.
So I can answer all your questions. The guy who does the music, his name is Mikey Ruckus. I follow him on Twitter. He's the one who's in charge of their music. Sometimes he does their music. Sometimes they go out and buy songs. They buy the rights to songs, like Wild Things, Jon Moxley's thing. They bought that. Bryan Danielson's thing. Mikey Ruckus did that. As for the match and the promo, Lee Moriarty is so good. He's so good and he's so young. This is why I don't like the Fed. Because the Fed could be doing matches like this. But you don't want to do matches like this unless you have two experienced wrestlers in the ring. AEW gave you the veteran in Bryan Danielson versus the young up-and-comer Lee Moriarty, who's a great technical wrestler. And guess what? There weren't too many high spots. It was on the mat, telling a story, Danielson getting the win. And that's how it should be. But you can still have Lee Moriarty look great like he did. And you already touched on it. The Moxley line, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. And I can see Danielson taking a paradigm shift on the exposed concrete
and that's how you get the blood for Danielson. And then Moxley, I don't know how you get to that spot. They'll probably do something crazy, and I can see a bloodied Moxley going to sleep. Like Danielson has him in a label lock, and Moxley is fighting. He's not going to make it to the rope. He knows he's going to sleep. He flicks off Bryan Danielson, and then he goes to sleep. And that's how you get to the tag team. Because Danielson's going to be impressed that Moxley didn't tap. And Moxley, of course, is going to be impressed that Danielson bled with him and they put on a great match. So I think that's how we get there. Kind of like the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels spot. I mean, not the Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin spot, I'm sorry. Where he tapped out to the sharpshooter and he was bloody. Well, he didn't tap out, he passed out. Yeah. I think they're going to do something like that.
Gagbo got over that Stone Cold character. Following that, we got the Face of the Revolution qualifier match with Wardlow versus Max Caster. Now, I must admit, AB, you've been telling me to check out, hey, man, this new team is up on the rise. They're playing. They good, man. You think Max Caster can get away with the rap that they're doing now? WWE, man, what you think about this team? And I was just going one in our dog. Man, whatever, we got the he ain't nothing but a washed up John Cena. They ain't gonna get over on WWE. But as I watched them come out, for one, I love the beat. I love it. And I love how it is. Matt Caster, he's the rapper. I thought it was more of a, because I didn't give it a chance. So I thought it was more of a rapping group like Hit Row. I also said that too. Like, we got Hit Row, that's enough. So I thought it was a whole group that just rapped, like both of them. But I gave it a shot. I went and watched it today. Oh, well, not today, but I watched it on Wednesday. And he came out, and it seemed like his tag partner is his hype man, and Matt Caster is the rapper. But they just wrestle. That's what it seemed like. And every match, like, I like that he raps to his theme song. He raps to the theme song, and every match he's assaulting his opponent in Plus the City they in at the same time. I love that aspect of it. But the match was good. Wardlow, basically, Wardlow is Wardlow. He picked up the win. I will say one or two things. One thing, this Wardlow thing, I said it many times before, but it's giving me breakaway from Evolution. Also, the Acclaim is on my watch list now. I can say after when I left from watching Dynamite, I actually gave that team a shot. But this time, I've been watching Dynamite, but this time I paid attention. And when I left, I was on YouTube looking up the Acclaim entrance. And I was just watching their raps, and I was like, bro, this is gold. This is gold. They get, like, now I can finally answer your question. I still don't think he can be able to make it in the league because his rap quality would never be the same. They dropping, like, the wordplay is like marvelous. Like, the way he say, you would think he talk about something inappropriate, but it's just the wordplay of what he's saying. So it's like, no, he would never get away with that shit. Never. It's too PG for it.
I remember when he dropped the lines against Eddie Kingston and John Moxley, and you just wrote it off and said, whatever, he's a knockoff John. And then you actually hear him and you see him and you're like, oh yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's the Acclaimed, Salamander. Everybody loves the Acclaimed. But I think that's a problem that AEW is running into. And it's a bad problem if you think about it. What are we supposed to do with heels?
I just think it's really modern day wrestling. I think with the way AEW do it, they got the heel and the face tunnel. I really think it's what you do in the ring, how the crowd. Like, you may look at yourself as a heel, but the crowd may not see you as a heel.
So
I mean, but then are you truly
other than wrestling? It's not really heels or baby faces. You just are who you are.
But then are you truly a heel though?
I think wrestling evolved beyond that. Like it's more to it than the heel and the face. Like I think it really evolved beyond that. Like yeah, like we got baby faces doing heelish stuff, but it get over. We got heels doing babyface stuff a little bit or showing babyface tendencies, but they still heel. I just think it's just more modern. Like it evolved bigger and better than that. So, you getting the typical heel, you getting your the traditional babyface and heel shit. Over here, you getting the modern shit. You got like Bryan Danielson, for example. He got promos, he face. Wrestle, he heel. They just a modern day thing. Like fans know, like, all right, I'm saying what y'all want to hear, but I wrestle like this because this is what I got to wrestle. Make it hear.
And in any other situation, I would say you're absolutely correct. But then looking at it, you get the situation with Cody where he wants to be presented as the babyface. Let me preference that by saying I think Cody was working us the whole time. He wanted to be presented as a babyface, but never came out the babyface tunnel. He came from the middle.
You're gonna have to put that off to the side because we got more Cody news for today too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a lie. Cody, he been talk of the week. He probably gonna hold the rest of this month down.
Probably. But go ahead, continue.
But what do you think about this match between Matt Caster and Wardlow?
It's every Wardlow match. Matt Caster looked good. I actually like that. His challengers are the level of his competition is starting to increase. You know, you start off with jobber, and then slowly but surely you work into the core of the roster. So now, you know, last week he had Blade. Now he's getting Max Caster. Now he's in the Face of the Revolution ladder match with Keith Lee and somebody else who had a match on Rampage. I don't want to spoil it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's every Wardlow match. Like you, I'm getting the Batista vibes. I was really watching for Max Caster to see how he improved. I'm loving the shenanigans that we get with the Acclaimed on the outside with the boombox and the chains. They're just a really good heel tag team who know how to work heel in the ring. So I thought it was it did its job. Nothing was really bad about it. It did its job.
Following that, we got the Hangman Adam Page promo. Now with this promo was interrupted by Adam Cole, who basically came out and told him that, you know, basically he challenged him at Revolution, and from there it's something different that we haven't saw from Adam Cole. Because to me, he didn't assault him. He just basically let him know, like, you know, we got history that ain't been settled, so settle it there. But this is interesting. This is interesting, especially what happened in the back where he was backstage and he was talking to the Young Bucks and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and it was like they both, like, the Young Bucks, they went left, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly went right, and Adam Cole was stuck there. So it was like, you know, he was like stuck in between. Who did he choose? Did he choose people who he been knowing, who was knowing for 10 plus years, the Young Bucks, or do he choose people he been rocking with for the last 5 years, 6 years?
You know, I didn't like the segment, but looking back on it, Adam Cole's losing to Hangman, and I already see it. The Bucks are going to come down first, then Red Dragon. Adam Cole's going to be out. Adam Cole's going to be outside the ring arguing. The Bucks are going to go for a super kick, and Red Dragon's going to get out the way, and it's going to connect with Adam Cole. And then the referee, because, you know, it's going to be a ref bump, the referee will come out, send him to the back, and then Hangman is going to win with the buckshot lariat, forcing Adam Cole to choose Red Dragon. That's probably when we get a returning Omega because Red Dragon and Adam Cole will be beating down the Bucks. Kenny Omega's music hits, you're going to get a huge ass pop, especially coming down to make the save to the babyface Bucks. I mean, you got to think about the two teams fighting for the love of Adam Cole. It's all written in the stars for him to lose because of both of them trying to show him their loyalty.
Okay. All right. After this, we got the inner circle. The inner circle explode. They exploded. We got Santana and Ortiz versus Chris Jericho, Jake Hager. Eddie Kingston, he returned.
Oh, that pop.
And it's funny too, because when we was watching this, when he came out and the way he was dressed, he was like, he's a New Yorker. I was like, where he from? Yonkers? And then we looked it up, and he was actually from Yonkers. I was like, that's funny too, because just by the way he dressed, I could tell he's from Yonkers.
It's the Timbs, bro. It's the Timbs.
But
it's Eddie Kingston.
At the end of the match, we got Santana and Ortiz. They actually defeated Chris Jericho. It looked like, we reported on this before. Chris Jericho, his contract is coming up to an end. He will be employed with AEW until 2024, but early 2024. Basically, this rest of this year and next year is really his last run. I think at this point he's really wrapping up his storyline that he have in AEW, because I really think when he goes to WWE, he's gonna be wrapping up his storylines that he has there. And where do you see happens next for Chris Jericho or Jake Hager?
That's a lot to take in. Let me start with the match first. I like the match. I liked everything about the match up until the end, because Jericho attacking Eddie Kingston doesn't make sense because Chris Jericho dropping off the apron with the drop kick. So clearly, the ending would have been Eddie Kingston costing Jericho the match, right?
Yeah, I did say that I would love to see when he went for that spinning back elbow. And I think, who was it? Ortiz or something. One of them had moved out the way. I would have loved it if he would have connected to Eddie Kingston and then turned around and got hit with the finisher hitting that way instead of the way that I think it was kind of like a miscommunication or whoever looked at it. Better. On paper, it made it look better, but as it seemed to play out, it didn't play out the way it was.
I mean, well, even with how you're describing it, Jericho still wouldn't run out and attack Eddie Kingston. Like, in order for that justification of Jericho going out to fight Eddie Kingston is if Eddie Kingston cost him the match, but Jericho hitting with the drop kick off the apron. So it's kind of like backwards, Because it's like you didn't lose off of interference from Eddie Kingston, so why are you running out here trying to fight Eddie Kingston?
With everything that happened, I was like, I think it was Santana. So Santana is on the apron talking to Eddie Kingston. So Chris Jericho, he's distracted. So he's trying to hit the spinning back elbow. Santana was having to turn around, duck, move out the way. He hit Eddie. Never turned around, got hit by Santana with his finisher. So I think that would have been better.
Jericho,
everything the same with just changing that ending part.
Right. Jericho, he's wrapping up everything. Me and you have already said, like, if at least if I'm Tony Khan, I'm giving Jericho the next 10 months off. He can lose to Eddie Kingston, and Santana and Ortiz can betray him. They can take out Jake Hager, because I think Jake Hager, once he's done with AEW, he's going back to Bellator full time. So there's that. Yeah, like we said, I keep him off TV somewhere down the line, closer to Jericho's return. Book Eddie Kingston to win the TNT Championship. The night he wins it, that's when Chris Jericho returns. I would want to do it preferably around New Year's Smash Night 1. So that would be before the new year. That way you can already have hype in the Eddie Kingston Chris Jericho rematch for the TNT Championship. I wouldn't let Eddie hold it too long because not everybody's going to match Eddie Kingston's intensity, and I don't want Eddie Kingston having to carry feuds. Eddie Kingston works better when he has somebody who's on his level, like a CM Punk, like a John Moxley. You know, that's when Eddie Kingston to me does his best work. I don't want to see him having to carry somebody to their best work. I have no doubt that he can do it, but he needs people who are on his level.
Moving on, we got the no disqualification match. Thunder Rosa versus Mercedes Martinez. Now this match was good. I like the one where Thunder Rosa had Irish whip Mercedes Martinez to the barricade, and she had like jumped in the air and turned her back to it. And at the moment, I think, she first off in WWE, so I'm thinking like she probably forgot like AEW barricades is not, it's like just the steel stuff and not the actual one that would keep you. But she went flying, and I don't think that was meant to happen. I think she, for a split moment, she probably forgot, thinking, all right, Irish whip the barricade, boom, thinking like she gonna be in place. I think WWE barricades are. I just think just for a split moment she forgot, because that didn't look like that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, there were a lot of scary spots in this, but they added drama to the match.
It did.
Mercedes Martinez, the barricade spot that you're talking about with the cage. Thunder Rosa when she did the dive off the railing with the help of the fan. How would it feel to be that fan?
Man,
holding up Thunder Rosa?
I would have, once she jumped, I would have pulled out my phone and started tweeting. Like, yup, that's me, guys.
And she actually wanted to reach out to the fan too, so that was good. Yeah. Mercedes Martinez, the elbow drop.
He needed a contract.
Probably. Yeah. He can do something with the crew.
Yeah, that's it. Crew member or something.
Right. The Mercedes Martinez elbow drop, that looked scary. And the Fire Thunder driver at the end on the chairs looked kind of scary too. But like I said, it added to the drama of the match. It wasn't A plus material, more like B plus, going into that A minus range, 88 to 90%. So there was always room for improvement.
So let me ask you this. All right, to finish it up, Thunder Rosa, she picked up the win. And after the match, Britt Baker, the doctor, came out with her two side pieces, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel. They came out and they attacked Thunder Rosa, and then eventually they attacked Mercedes Martinez. So now it looks like the partnership or deal between the two is over. Where do Mercedes Martinez go from here? Did she get a all elite picture?
She is all elite, yes.
Okay, so where does she go from here? Is she staying off TV for a little bit, or does she go into a few picks? They try to make this thing. Right.
Salamander, you gonna hate me for what I'm about to tell. You're gonna hate me. I think Mercedes Martinez should be the one to take that TBS belt off of Jade.
Really?
When Jade hits, I don't know if we can get to 50 unless we really start seeing the growth. But I'll just say 50 wins. Once Jade hits that 50th win mark, that's when you bring out Mercedes Martinez. And it will truly be the test of Jade Cargill. And she'll lose. But look how Mercedes Martinez is going to get the rub, and look how Jade Cargill is going to get the rub. You went 50-0 and you lost to Mercedes Martinez. That's believable. It's Mercedes Martinez. It's not like she was just somebody just plucked from obscurity. We know what Mercedes Martinez can do.
I don't know about that, buddy.
She can't hold this belt forever. We got to get her into that AEW women's title picture sooner rather than later. And at 50 wins, I mean, she's going in there undefeated, 50-0, and then losing her 51st match. She still has the best win percentage of any AEW superstar, male or female.
Oh, I'm gonna have to see how that works. Following this,
listen, it's either her or Ruby Soho. Which one you want?
I don't know. That'd be hard. It's just, I don't know. It just depends how they should get improved better. But following this, we got the main event match. We got the TNT Championship. It's Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. Now that was in Nashville, and man, these two came out. The fucking fans ain't it. The fans made it. I would say that the fans fucking made it. And well, Sammy Guevara, he gained his championship, and Matt Hardy, he appeared after the bell. He attacked Darby Allin. Andrade was there, and it looked to me. I got that Andrade is gonna be the next opponent for Sammy Guevara. That's why I took. What do you have? What do you have to take? What do you like? Are you looking forward for this Sammy Guevara and Andrade match? Like, I think the match is gonna be good, but it's just Andrade character. Like, go from here with make a break moment. Go ahead and pull the trigger with this, and go ahead and have you become champion in your title reign. Like, this is what matters. This is what's gonna break or make your career in AEW. So far, and done so much.
I think he just hasn't had proper storylines, but I like this money man Andrade. Big money Matt. Now that his brother's coming in, that's going to be strictly Andrade. I want to see his story go deeper. I want to see him actually buying off referees.
Do the Hardy Boys stay with Andrade?
No. We don't even associate with that until Andrade gets a tag team partner and they want to revisit some shit down the line. I don't think no. I don't think we're getting an Andrade versus Sammy. I think it's going to be a triple threat because they attack both Darby and Sammy. So that's going to be a triple threat: Andrade versus Sammy versus Darby. And I think Andrade is walking out as the new TNT champion. He looked good with those belts in the suit. He looks money. So I don't know. I think they're going to go with Andrade. I do agree with you. This is going to be a make or break moment for Andrade. If the title run don't work out, I can see Tony Khan not offering any type of extension.
All right, moving on to the next show. We got Friday Night SmackDown, the go home show to the Elimination Chamber. We really gonna skim through this. We got Roman Reigns and Goldberg face to face. Then we got Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte and Sonya Deville contract signing. Right after that, we got Ricochet versus Sheamus. Ricochet defeated Sheamus. I hope some type of push is coming because Ricochet has been on TV constantly throughout the week. Then after that, we got Ivar versus Jey Uso. Ivar defeated Jey Uso via disqualification. Drew McIntyre had cut a promo against Madcap Moss talking about his match, the Elimination Chamber match. We will do that soon. So I'm gonna say what I have to say until then. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn picked up the win, defeating Nakamura for the title. That's like his first title in like 2 years. Title defense.
It was more like 4 months, but yeah.
Hey, if you became United States champion, but he lost it. And with this title, god damn, I don't know. I don't know if like WWE they just like having plans for Shinsuke, and he get to the title, then like they ain't got no plan for the rest of the hold it to their career. I don't know. It ain't for but this show, it was alright. It wasn't. I seen better go home shows. I actually think Raw go home show was actually better.
Hold on, before you go, I didn't get a chance to see this, but how did they edit the Ronda and Charlotte table bump?
You know,
you noticed it.
If you notice that, like they fucked up.
Okay, so it was that bad. Like there was no amount of editing that was going to fix it.
They should have just left the ass.
Okay.
Following that show, we got AEW Rampage. We got the Dark Orders 10 versus Adam Cole. Now, this Adam damn, who won?
Adam Cole got the win.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, Adam Cole won. We got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Dante Martin for the Face of the Revolution qualifying match. And this was a very promising match too, as well.
Yeah, I mean it's Will Hobbs and Dante Martin. They always entertain. Will Hobbs got the win. There are 3 very beefy men in this ladder match. I don't think there are going to be too many high spots from the ladder. This is going to be strictly Powerhouse, unless they're throwing somebody else in there. But I mean, Will Hobbs, Wardlow, Keith Lee, it's gonna be some huge bumps. You're not gonna get your typical high flying spots off the ladder, unless Keith Lee want to climb that motherfucker and do a shooting star press.
Now we got the other edition of the 5-minute rookie challenge with Serena D versus Angelica Risk.
Angelica Risk.
I'm sorry, I butchered it.
No, you're right.
Serena D had defeated Risk in a submission for a quick win. Main event, we got Trent Beretta versus Jay White. Now this match, I think this was the match of the motherfucking night. So, Jay White, he never disappointed. I'm telling you, this match, Jay White, he needs to make a full run over here in the States. Rather, that's it. I don't even care what company he ever do. Whatever company I will be. Jay White is just meant to wrestle over here, bro.
I mean, he's had an eventful week. He last night at Impact's No Surrender, he kicked the Gorillas of Destiny out of the Bullet Club and re-added Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So to also having this great match with Trent Beretta on Rampage, he's had a hell of a week.
Man, oh my god, that shit is just crazy. All right, so now we got the Elimination Chamber match in Saudi. The kickoff show, we have Rey Mysterio versus The Miz.
Hold on, Salamander. You're not giving it its due credit. This is a premier live event from the Superdome in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. You're not giving it its due justice. It's got a long title. You got to give it all its due. A premier live event from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. WWE presents the Elimination Chamber. Have you heard the voice on the Then, Now, and Forever? It's cringe.
So that means if we gotta introduce WrestleMania as the most stupendous show.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. On night 1 and night 2, I will do the Pat McAfee. I will say every adjective of the word stupendous.
So the kickoff show, which I don't even think it should have had a kickoff match because all of these matches could have been on the main card. But we had The Miz versus Rey Mysterio. Mysterio, he picked up the win via pinfall. Dominique, he got involved into the match. But what do you take away from this match, especially what happened later on in the show, where the Miz backstage said that he had to get himself a tag partner, someone that's like handsome like him or some shit like that, and then he stepped off and made a call. I heard two different things. It could be, reports of Cody Rhodes, but fuck that. I'm going with my first instinct. It's Jake Paul. Not Jake. Logan Paul. That's my name. It's Logan Paul.
It's Cody Rhodes.
I bet it's gonna be Logan.
It's Cody Rhodes. It's Cody. It's Cody.
They're both from Ohio.
It's Cody.
If that's the case, he talking about he needed a tag team partner. You had one. He got fired. He had one.
It's Cody. We're about to get a brand new Miz Taraj, led by the Miz and Cody Rhodes. Who else from the mid card can we throw into this? Into the Miz Taraj, the new Miz Taraj 2.0. The Miz. We're gonna have Cody Rhodes. Who else with the Miz say is handsome on there? That's in the mid card.
I would say Madcap Moss if this stuff don't work out with him with Baron Corbin.
Yeah, but they're not on the same show.
That is true. Nobody.
It's somebody back there. It's somebody
that they ain't used on TV for a long time. That's why we can't think of their name.
That's what it's got to be. There's somebody back there that they're going to throw in there.
We don't know because they don't go on
TV. We know it's somebody. It's somebody.
Following this, we got the first opening match. Now, I actually thought, like, oh no, he about to drop the title because they opening up with it. But I was wrong. We got the Universal Championship match. We got Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. And throughout everything that I could think about the possible outcomes of this match, I never thought that I would much rather see Goldberg get choked out. I never thought that outcome would have been possible.
It was as good of a Goldberg match as you were going to get with the Tribal Chief. I honestly think it went too long, and I honestly thought I saw too many spears. If I'm being honest. Spear, jackhammer attempt, doesn't work. Superman punch, spear, guillotine. Goldberg gets to the rope. Roman brings him off. Go to sleep. It was as good as it was going to get. And this might be the worst match in the championship reign of Roman Reigns.
It's just to say that Brock, he defeated Goldberg, Roman defeated Goldberg. They both is super equal.
Yeah, but I can't think of a worse match than this in his entire reign.
Following this, we got the Women's Elimination Chamber match. We got Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Doudrop versus Rhea Ripley versus Alexa Bliss. The winner of this will go on to face either Lita or Becky Lynch at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. All right, so let's get the elephant out the room. This Elimination Chamber match was like 15 to 20 minutes long. Wasn't even that long at all. It seemed rushed. Instead of the standard 5 minutes, they was cutting the time and they was coming out every 2 minutes. But certain people did look strong. I believe that Morgan looked out. She looked strong, especially when she took out Doudrop. It looked like she apparently hurt her knee. Process of Rhea Ripley, she actually looked very strong in this match. Bianca Belair, she looked fantastic. The right person won during this match. Bianca Belair, she picked up the win. I get stare down vibes between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Something much similar how back in like 2006, 2007, when we always used to see like John Cena and Batista, like that was always like the good guys and shit like that. We always used to see them team up, like American Bash or Saturday Night Live main event, some shit like that. I'm seeing that like because them two, they the future of the women's division, and I'm pretty much getting like them vibes and stuff. It's very much promising, especially Bianca Belair on the way to. And this time, I hope she get her due. I hope take it, actually pay her back. She took that on the chin. Think about it. I think
Well, unlike you, Salamander, I think the wrong person won.
yeah, you think Little Miss Bliss would win.
Yeah, that was the whole reason of adding her.
It was, but it was them. I think they made the right person. Because for one, Little Miss Bliss have been there. That could have been a perfect. Like I would have loved on when Bianca won. She was celebrating the match, but like she was celebrating, but they didn't play her music. So, and then you wondering why. And then you hear either Lacey Evans or Asuka or Bailey music hit. And then they just defeated Bianca like that. Boom. Then they didn't do that successful. Instead of having Alexa Bliss, I would have teased that on a little bit more further. Now that she passed therapy, boom. Have her do like some other TV shit that y'all had on a little while.
I was more impressed with Little Miss Bliss than anybody else in the match. Outside of Liv Morgan, that sunset flip powerbomb, that's a scary move to do. You saw what it did to Seth Rollins. Took him out for a year. And I don't know why people still do that move. That move is a killer on the knees.
See Bianca Belair that she got out. Let's listen.
I did.
In the cartwheel.
I did. I popped more at the Twisted Bliss and the insult to injury, which I think is a very underrated move in wrestling. Her insult to injury is fire. Double knees with the backflip. I love it. I think it should have been Little Miss Bliss, but I'm not gonna have any faults with Bianca taking it off of Becky Lynch. I do think when she wins at WrestleMania, you then will hear Bayley's music, because we've got and I hope that next night on Raw, when Bianca and Bayley are sitting in the ring, Bayley tells her, "We got an I Quit match that never happened." So now I want that match, and I still want it to be an I Quit match. And that's the first match we get for the Raw Women's Championship at the next premium live event, in which you're going to hate me. I say you pull that title change and put it on Bayley.
I think like Bayley can take the loss. I have her kind of like, you can have her disappear for a little bit, come back, and you can finally pull the say so.
So you're saying what? Two to 3 months after WrestleMania, she dropped it to Bayley?
Well, nah, then that puts you in a little situation.
You think so?
Yeah. Or unless you have Bayley go to SmackDown.
But then that's the
Ronda have on that side. Face off. Sasha.
Well, Sasha's face right now. Sasha's face. So
I mean, she might turn heel just to face Ronda. Sasha turn heel and face more like she's a female Big Show.
I mean, but do we really want to see Bayley lose for an entire year? Because she's not going to hold that SmackDown Women's title. Ronda's holding that until we get to next year's WrestleMania.
Man, you know what I say? I say WWE, they should make Raw and SmackDown just for the men, right?
Okay.
Make another show strictly for your women. That way you can have a women main title, you can have a women mid card title, a women tag title. But that way the women get in that spotlight because you got 7 matches to put on each week. Now women who was sitting in the back actually in that spotlight. That's wild.
They still wouldn't push the right people.
Probably not, but I mean, at least they would still be getting TV time and all that stuff. But just strictly for them. I mean, look how they're getting used now. A 3-hour show, and they only put on 15 minutes of matches. A 3-hour show.
I mean, I hate anytime I get a women's match on Saudi Arabia because they're never in their wrestling gear.
This time, this should look better. I would say the first couple years is kind of like it was just a jumpsuit with their logo stick strong. This time they put some stuff into it, and I like how everybody's outfit was. Some people outfits didn't even have to change for real. Like Rhea Ripley, all the only thing she added was just a long sleeve shirt. Nikki Ash, she ain't had to add nothing on. Bianca Belair adaptation to her outfit, I like that. Charlotte Flair, I like hers. Sonya Deville, hers the same. She just added on a long shirt. Naomi, I like hers. Like everybody, I like the adaptation of the outfits. Even Alexa Bliss, like she didn't. Everybody outfit fits that character. Like you could tell before, like this was like the first couple of events, it looked like it was like a big house show. Now it's treated as a big review and stuff. I think that was a test of the road. That's more to see how much. Now that's what we get now. And now their outfits is changing.
I'm sorry. What? What is this? What was this again?
Elimination Chamber.
I'm sorry. You called it a pay-per-view. What is that? What is that? This is a premium live event. But to piggyback what you said, I do agree. I liked everybody's gear tonight, or not tonight. At the Elimination Chamber, I liked everybody's gear. Women from the women's. The match was fine. It didn't blow me away. I didn't expect it to blow me away. Like you said, they really weren't giving it time. I never realized how short the clock was. But you said it's normally 5-minute intervals.
Yeah.
But it was like 1:30.
Alright, but we about to skim through the rest of this. We got a lot of news. Alright, next we got Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. This match, it did what it did. Ronda Rousey's arm wasn't back to the side, but it still did what it did. Sonya Deville, she came out that she was basically faking, which I kind of knew that was wrong. I mean, it did what it needed to do. One thing that I would have changed, I don't think Ronda Rousey should have picked up the win. I would have actually had Naomi do that. That way you could really settle their feud with Naomi and Sonya Deville and stuff. Or how something like tagged in Naomi and y'all both hit the arm bar, both arms, while she's staring at, while Ronda is staring at Charlotte, shit like that. Anyway, Naomi still pick up the win, but you still did it. That's the only thing. Other than that, it did what it do. Next match after that, we got Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss in the Falls Count Anywhere match. This match was, I didn't think, this was one of the matches I wasn't looking forward to, but I actually think it performed better than what was pictured. It was a huge botch in the middle of the match where Drew McIntyre was trying to hit an Alabama slam, but for some reason, Madcap Moss, he decided to tuck his chin and he got hit, like all his weight was like hit right on his head. It looked ugly. I really think if that move was made anywhere besides the center of the ring, Madcap Moss would have been paralyzed on that. If it was hit in the side of the ring by the turnbuckles, anywhere besides the center of the ring, it would have been all bad for him. But it's reports that Bad Cat Moss is perfectly fine. And he was tough for the son of a gun. That's why I was like, that little ugly, that made me crazy.
I feel like he was supposed to roll through.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, because he tucked his chin, so I'm thinking maybe he was supposed to roll through with it, but he didn't get the full tuck on it.
I don't think so. I just think he just missed. Like, he just thought he just messed up. He just thought that's why. Whew. Oh, that was over. Following this, we got the Raw Women's Championship match. We got Becky Lynch versus Lita. Now, I admit I was wrong. I kept saying Lita's gonna win. I should have known when I first seen reports that WWE didn't have any plans for Lita after the Elimination Chamber. So I should have known that Lita was gonna pick up the loss. But for a moment that happened, especially when she had kicked out and then she had hit her with the twist of fate and then did a moonsault and Becky Lynch kicked out. I was like, damn. I thought that was it right there. But I don't like how they ended. I don't like how it's like she snuck in that handle slam. But after the match, either she got out the ring. You could tell the cameraman or somebody told her to get back in the ring to basically get her standing ovation. Went back in the ring, got her the standing ovation and everything. Now I think that's I don't expect to see her in WWE.
Salamander, this match was boring. Yes.
I think it did what it needed to do.
I told you I didn't want to see a Lita match, and it absolutely proved right. She couldn't even hit the ropes right.
I don't know. I mean, Becky Lynch, she was shouting moves like John Cena.
That should tell you something.
Following this, we got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. We got the Usos versus the Viking Raiders. Well, this wasn't a match because the Usos attacked them before the match and basically they couldn't defeat them. But I would be pissed off if I was the Viking Raiders because you flew me all the way out here just for this 5 minutes of shit. This shit that could have happened on SmackDown or some shit like that. I'd be pissed.
Would you be pissed, or would you just be like, I didn't have to wrestle and only had to get beat down and I could get a big payday?
You still went out there.
I'm getting a payday.
Most people don't want to go out there anyway, but you still went out there just to get beat up. You're gonna get that payday regardless.
I mean, WWE's pretty open about it. If you don't want to go, you don't have to go. So if they're going over there, then that means they want to go.
Just think about the stuff that you was promised. Like, you as a fan, they was promoting it to say you wanted to see like how false advertising. I'd be pretty.
It's wrestling. Card is subject to change.
That is. Following this, we got the main event. We got the WWE Elimination Championship match. We got Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins versus Riddle versus Austin Theory versus AJ Styles. Now with this match, they did the same shit that they did with the women's match. I don't know why, but they had the two people supposed to start off came out, and then the last person into the pod came out last. I don't know why they did that shit. That's so backwards. But we had Austin Theory and Seth Rollins. They started off the match. Basically, Seth Rollins had buckle bomb Austin Theory through the pixie glass and Lashley, who then hit his head. Match. Later on, when it came out that he was moved for the match due to a concussion protocol, I really believe now they're about to change the stipulation matches, not for the championship. Whoever wins by the face him at WrestleMania. I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. They just went ahead with the match and said they basically stripped him for the title. Went ahead with the match, and then fucking Brock Lesnar said, "Fuck this shit, I ain't waiting no more." Broke his glass and took out everybody, bro. He eliminated everybody. Austin Theory, you can tell this was Brock and this was in Vince McMahon plan. he wanted Brock Lesnar to come out, do this shit, and then leave Austin Theory as the last man standing. Even though Austin Theory took a huge bump he took an F5 off the top of the chamber, but not the chamber, plexiglass pod. But just the fact that he was the last one to pin, that's gonna get him some type of push. That's what Vince going for. But I mean, it's stupid because if you was gonna set up a motherfucking champion versus championship match, why not? What was the point of even booking the match at Royal Rumble? There wasn't no point. I think he only had it for like 46 days. There wasn't no point to even book this damn match. Or another thing, I mean, it could happen depending on what's going on. He could fuck around, come back, and face Bobby at night one, lose the belt, and then it'd be a regular match. I don't know. But to me, if this is your original plan, why? It's just stupid. This was very stupid.
Yeah, whole thing was stupid. But I've been saying Austin Theory is a star. I wasn't surprised. They actually got me off the low blow into the dream.
I thought he was about to win for a minute. I was about to say, oh shit, is this how they gonna do it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, and I was gonna say, if Vince went with that ending, that would solidify all the twists and turns that he was saying was gonna happen, all in one.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley gets taken out. Austin Theory is the new WWE champion.
That's what I was thinking about. When he hit him with the low blow, then he got up and Brock rolled in the ring. I was like, then he got up and he hit him with the double kick in the face. I was like, oh no, he about to lose. If that's your finisher. What the fuck is that?
Nah, that ain't his finisher. His finisher is the ATL. It's kind of like a knee to the face.
I was like,
weird.
he should have hit that shit or something. I was like, if that's what you gonna hit, you is not ready for it. Like, it's over.
I mean, I think we just bit too hard on the Brock Lesnar low blow. We should have realized it was fucking Austin Theory. Now, if this was like Roman, Seth, anybody of that caliber, then we're like, oh yeah, he about to lose.
Yeah. Well, that was it for that week. Let's go ahead and number 2 this week. Now, following the Elimination Chamber match, it seemed like Goldberg may have wrestled his final match. He actually was on Instagram and he was basically giving his goodbyes on Instagram under the post. I'll read some of it. He basically said, possibly my final match in the wrestling world. As you can tell, I'm quite weary for the long flight. As I stated, we are in Vita, when in fact we are in Beta. Kind of bittersweet trip, as it may be my last time here as a performer. Hopefully, my hard work pays off. Leaving Roman Reigns helpless in the middle of the ring. I walk out as a new Universal Champion. Whatever happens, you're gonna know that getting in the ring with me was a bad decision. That part, that's all. So now it seems like and it is reported that Elimination Championship match with Brock Lesnar. Fuck, I'm fucking up. The Elimination Chamber match with Roman Reigns and Goldberg. It do seem like that was the last match with Goldberg. So it do seem like Goldberg is going away for a few, unless they got some type of match planned for him.
Yeah, good riddance. Good riddance. He hasn't been Goldberg. Nope, he hasn't been Goldberg since 2016 when he beat Brock in a minute 26. Goodbye.
The next story of the day, we got Bobby Lashley. He is reportedly injured. Now, the concussion protocol story about Bobby Lashley that was sent out earlier by WWE is a real story for a real injury to the Bobby Lashley. Now, when they was wrestling in the Royal Rumble match, Bobby Lashley had actually picked up an injury during that match. Remember what I was saying, how he was taking the German suplex? He had it seemed like he was trying to get out in the middle of it, but the way he arm, he gonna fuck around and hurt himself. So apparently he did hurt himself. So he's getting shoulder surgery. And he's gonna be out for at least 4 months. So that's the reason why they booked him, made him still a little strong by doing the concussion protocol. Then they went ahead, did that to cover up for a real injury. So in 4 months, we'll look to see him. He ain't gonna make Mania. I can tell you that. He'll probably come back like the month after Mania, probably like around May. But I was gonna say by SummerSlam they're gonna put the belt back. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, that sucks for the Almighty. Just when they was gonna push him to the moon again, had to get the injury. Like you said, he did look kind of weird taking those German suplexes. So a speedy recovery, because we definitely need the Almighty on our televisions.
The American Badass, The Undertaker, he had made an appearance at Bad Bunny concert in Dallas, Texas. Now, ain't that amazing? We already know Bad Bunny. He's amazing. Like, he is welcome. He got an open doors policy. He can come in whenever. So, just the fact that he understands wrestling, he probably gained a lot of respect from the wrestling community too, and the wrestlers themselves. So, Undertaker just making an appearance as one of his characters on your concert gotta be the main thing.
It's Bad Bunny. He knows what he's doing. I can't wait for him to put the music down and come here for at least a year consistently. I'm not saying he's got to be on every show, but if we can get a year, a solid year, with him putting the music down and becoming a wrestler, we could be looking at a nice story for that year. If they tell it right.
Our next story, we got Brock Lesnar. He apparently went off script at the Elimination Chamber. Now, we already know about Bobby Lashley's concussion protocol, and it's apparently that when the countdown happened, sending that show Bobby Pod, Brock, he was supposed to wait. He didn't wait for the next countdown. So he went off the script because it reported that wasn't even supposed to happen. So Brock Lesnar said, "Fuck this shit, I'm not waiting." So they just let you know everything that happened. It was supposed to happen, but not right then and there. It's supposed to happen 5 minutes later. So this made me want to know, what was supposed to happen within that 5 minutes with Brock Lesnar actually coming in for the story and everybody. But then it also made me wonder, even if that shit was supposed to happen, we probably know, alright, Brock was supposed to win. Damn, this shit happened with Bobby, so now I'm gonna win anyway, so let me just go ahead and I wanna go home. Take this shit out.
I mean, I thought it was fucking stupid that Bobby Lashley is not in his pod, but it's still gonna hit his pod. It would only make sense to skip his shit because he's not there. So Brock kicking out the glass to the pod, that makes it even more badass. Because he know, this is bullshit. Why would you have me wait when I doubt there are going to be any eliminations because you're trying to make Brock Lesnar look as strong as possible? So you wouldn't do an elimination until Brock is in there. So why have Brock wait? And I like what Brock did. Fuck it, I'm kicking down the glass and I'm kicking everybody's ass. There ain't no more to it.
Following our next story, we got a former WWE superstar, John Morrison. He has officially changed his wrestling name. John Morrison, he's back in AAA. He's have a new name now. Saturday night, he revealed that his new name is now John Superstar. This will be his 11th different name. Now, in different promotions, he used John Morrison, Johnny Blackcraft, Johnny Blaze, Johnny Impact, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Onyx, Johnny Fade, Johnny Hawk. now add John Superstar to that list. What do you feel about John Superstar being back in AAA?
I just want to know the inspiration for the name.
I thought he would go back to Johnny Mundo.
That's what I was thinking. Like, just go back to Johnny Mundo. But it's John Morrison. We know how great John Morrison is. WWE didn't realize how great John Morrison is. So, their loss.
Our next story of the day, in case the market wants to opinion about this, AEW have filed a trademark name for a star. They have filed the Professor of Professional Wrestling for Serena Deeb. What do you think about this?
About the Professor of Professional Wrestling?
Yeah, they've been ahead and filed that trademark for this.
I love it because Serena Deeb is top 5 wrestler on the AEW roster, man or woman. I've said this plenty times, and you've seen enough Serena Deeb matches to see where I'm coming from. It don't matter where you put her, she will always deliver. She can open up Dynamite, she can open up a pay-per-view. She could be in the middle of a pay-per-view or the middle of Dynamite. She could be the closing act of Dynamite, and I hope I get a Serena Deeb Thunder Rosa pay-per-view main event match somewhere down the line for the AEW Women's World Championship. I think Serena Deeb needs to be the one taking it off Thunder Rosa.
Our last story of the day, we got Cody Rhodes. He took a hint at retirement. Now, he will go on to tweet. He was basically at home chilling. You can see his daughter playing with the dog in the back. And he basically said, this is what retirement looks like. So, do you think it's still work? Do you think he's going back to AEW? Do you think he's going to here to WWE? Or do you think he is actually taking this time away from wrestling for
I think he's showing up in WWE with The Miz Monday Night Raw. This upcoming Monday. Yep, this Monday. This Monday. He comes back as dashing Cody Rhodes.
You don't think he'll come back? Like, yeah, because that is the thing. Like, if he do come back, what would be his character?
He's going to be dashing Cody Rhodes. The handsome.
Brandy come with him?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
I think she stays home with the baby.
Listen.
Hold on. What do you give this week? I felt like everything on this week was even AEW was kind of bad.
I give it a 8.
You're giving it an 8. I'm giving it a 5. Even with everything that AEW did, nothing that AEW did really stood out.
I'm giving it an 8 because it was a pay-per-view.
But that pay-per-view wasn't even good.
Just the fact that you got wrestling more time. Anytime you get more wrestling.
Yeah, the same. Oh yeah, the same place that the women can't wear their normal gear. Yeah, that place. Yeah, the kingdom in Saudi Arabia. That place. That place where the women can't go longer than 5 to 10 minutes. That place. That place. That place where they have buried the remains of the Fiend. That place. That place. The greatest Royal Rumble ever. The biggest Royal Rumble ever, where Titus didn't even make it into the ring. That place.
That's the most memorable moment. If he didn't do that, we would have never, we wouldn't have known.
They didn't even know. You said what?
Took him to fall for us to remember that whole picture. He had to take him.
Like I said, I give it a 5. This week wasn't good. I will be honest with you guys. I'm sorry, did you say there was a pay-per-view this week? Salamander, there was no pay-per-view. It was a premium live event. Don't get you start saying it. It's a premium live event. It's not a pay-per-view. AEW do pay-per-views. WWE do premium live events. Except there was nothing premium about this live event. Shit was boring. Even the Ronda. What to you? What was the worst match on this premium live event?
I would say men's chamber.
The men's chamber, even with that great bump, that great spot with Austin Theory.
That's it.
I'm gonna give it to Ronda, Naomi, Sonya, and Charlotte.
Because you're a Ronda hater. That's fine.
Oh, you can't say that, because you know why? I'm gonna cancel that out. Because I'm a Charlotte lover. I love the Queen. And the Queen couldn't even make this match good. Like you said, the stipulation was her arm was to be tied behind her back. And guess what? Her arm wasn't even behind her back. It was on her side.
That's the ref fault. He tied.
Don't you think she should have just went out? Don't you think she should have just went out there with one arm behind her back?
Want to make sure that she ain't cheat.
If she goes out there with one arm behind her back already?
Yeah, so you go out there with you do it in front of the crowd so they know it's not.
It wasn't even behind her back. I mean, come on now. Rey Mysterio and The Miz was better than that. And I didn't like that match either. I'm sorry. This week of wrestling gets like a 5. This is the worst week of the year thus far. And that's even with WWE doing a TV special, 2 go-home shows, and a premium live event. 2 go-home shows, a TV special, and a premium live event. And it was god-awful. And AEW didn't do no better. For real, outside of the CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, what really happened? In the return of Eddie Kingston, what the fuck happened?
I said the whole AEW show was good. Rampage was good, plus NXT was actually good. Plus the women's gauntlet match, that was good. And that was pretty much it. But those characters.
I mean, even with NXT's TV special.
After looking into it, after it already happened so many days ago. It actually, looking into the pay-per-view too, it actually performed well.
Premium live event. Premium. NXT was good, but come on now, Salamander, how much have we lowered our expectations for NXT? I mean, if this was Triple H's NXT, this would be one of the worst shows he's ever done. But because it's the new NXT and our standards for NXT are so low, it was good. But was it really good? Or did we just lower our standards? Premium live event. Premium.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.